Shalom XPress, therapy time. It's my therapy for pain, for hiding so many years of my traumas and all this crazy shit in this crazy world, and I share with you. Making my own shit. Hopefully we can fractalize this across the board. What do we want to talk about? Some deep stuff. As I'm getting more comfortable speaking in camera. Very uncomfortable to share some of these things in camera in particular. It's a big, deep healing that I'm doing with myself right now. I'm putting myself in a very uncomfortable place and sharing deep, key things, personal stuff. It connects with a lot of other stuff. Because you're seeing it all connecting, you're seeing the signs, you're seeing all the connections everywhere. It's more and more and more and more and more. And that's how the mushrooms also work, this mycelium network that weaves this whole planet with this life form that breathes like us and eats like us and creates these fruits that provide so much nourishment and healing and deadliness and transcendence, provide also mystical experiences. So the mushroom, powerful ally to humanity, is everywhere. It's the number one organism on this existence, more than plants, bugs, everything else, and humans. And the crazy part is that it's nowhere to be found in the Torah, ancient testament, or those ancient teachings. Nowhere. It's left out completely. One of the biggest paradox, since Torah is the source code of this holy graphic reality. Within it, stories, you have all this physics and mathematics and chemistry of sound vibrations of all reality embedded within it. And yet, it's missing the mushroom. Where is it? Not mentioned once. Kabbalist tradition says that everything that's in the Torah is in the world. There's this correlation. And yet, the number one being doesn't show up. So this is a very critical point. If you have not eaten mushrooms of the magical type yet, of what they call it magical, it's time you do. If you have, you can relate to what I'm saying. But if you haven't, make sure you do so as soon as possible. These are very healing allies, gifts again, that we receive. And the crazy part is that again, nowhere to be found in the Torah, and it's a super healing agent. The mushroom is everywhere. It's in the wines that we drink, converting those sugars into alcohols, and so cheeses, it's in the bread. So many processes involved. It's in our skin. They grow in rocks, trees, everywhere. Literally underground, above ground, wet. You find mushrooms everywhere, and they're all connected. I've even seen in the middle of the jungle big ants making way in these freeways of ants. They're super organized, unlike us, and they're taking these leaves bigger than themselves, to this underground cities that they build, which in them they feed the mushroom that in turn gives them fruit, and they keep this symbiotic relationship. Same with acacia trees and ants, and you see these relationships in nature, this power of symbiosis, positive symbiosis, and that it's been lost in tradition and made illegal. And finally now we have Oregon, Denver, Oakland, and now decriminalized nature coming to California. You should all join and support. There's also UK companies already capitalizing on this, and in Canada. So many people are coming into an industry to make money fast, because it does provide drastic, tremendous, you can't even count the results that it brings forth. So we're talking about substances that have been banned for years, and yet that they're super powerful and that they have all these healing components, and on top of it, they provide this mystical experience. And it's been tested already. You can search that online. There's tests with clergy, rabbis, different people, people in jail. They've done tests, blind tests, and we know there's no doubt of this already. So why is it not in the source book of reality? It's a big question. We have a big question and a big transformation happening right now, where it's magical substance becoming legal in certain cities, in Oakland in particular, what it took years in other cities. In 3 months, a group of people took it themselves, saw the results, anonymously voted pro, and decriminalized it within 3-month period. So we're talking about that acceleration is one of the characteristics of these substances in the healing process. They help provide instant relief now, not something that you need to wait for. Mushrooms are super important. The ergot mushroom also growing on the rye bread, which is part of the key holistic tradition, where everything where the bread is made, the offerings are used when cakes. Leaving of Egypt was this dry cookie type. All these things made with grain, where the ergot mushroom grows, where LSD was synthesized, but from this little, and there are sources to go, if somebody needs them, it can be posted on the comments, but basically there's sources already that can track back all this, that this grain was used to, this fungi that grew in this grain was used to create mystical experiences, and for people to connect for thousands of years. And so now it's back everywhere. You cannot eat all types of mushrooms. We can complement them together. We can have these experiences for ourselves and verify them for ourselves without having the need to read it in a book, read it in a news story, get it from someone else. The point about these substances is that they allow you yourself to tap into this and see for yourself, experience for yourself, determine for yourself, make your own judgments. But from an experiential standpoint, until we all have these experiences, and there's so many levels to them I'm going to be talking about, so many levels of experience can be reached with these expansions. So mushrooms are not in the Torah, they're everywhere. They can produce mystical experiences, help with addiction, many other things, many other mental health issues. Could definitely help grow new neurons, neurogenesis, many other magic. It lights up the mind in a way that reconnects all the networks, and it allows for a complete defragmentation, reset, reboot, upgrade to so many different levels. And yet still, most people can talk about this. Many people are in jail for this. It's still illegal in most over the world. And now we do have proof. And the proof is in the pudding. It really gets a chance to jump into the waters now. Even if they banned it, even if you were against it, even if you thought it's okay. We get it. We all come from that space, some level. The key point is to adopt these things fast. Even faster than technology and apps. We adopt these plant medicines, and we adopt these lifestyles, upgrade ourselves fast. Continue working, healing, and connecting to each other, because the more we connect, the more magical it becomes. This is so magical, so powerful, so many things happening. All of you see it. The key thing about this ride, the Shalom XPress, is not to reach too many people, but the right people, the right time. Just a few that we need to shake reality up big time. I don't need that many people. It's already seen everywhere. There is big changes happening. And mushrooms have, since the beginning of time, helping accelerate this type of changes by bringing new information, new perspectives, removing all ways of thinking, all patterns, behaviors, addictions, and connecting to the transcendental, which is the key. Of ultimately all traditions and exercises, and to bring it down so that there's oneness, not just here and there, but that there is amazingness everywhere for all. That's the cool stuff about mushrooms, that they help people see faster connections, networks, like their own mycelium networks. We are the same, like them. We're all connected among us with this web, visible web. We don't see, but we're all more feeling it and feeling it more at every level, no matter what you are, if it's through whatever it is, or you're doing it through plants, or stress, or health, or deprivation, or concentration. We're all feeling it more and more. And it's picking up, up, up. So there's a story about how this king, very cool king, nice, good, and he was a very good friend of his barges into his place and says, "Hey, king, friend, we got a big problem." So the king says, "What's the problem?" There's this bakery that's been baking this bread with this tainted mushroom, serpent mushroom, and everybody that eats it goes crazy. The king looks at him and he's like, "Psh, I want to eat it, no problem. We'll find a solution." And the VP says, "King, if we don't eat it, and everybody else eats it, and everybody's gonna be crazy. And they're gonna think that we are the only ones that are crazy, because we're not crazy." So the king says, then we eat it. But then if we eat it, says the VP, but if we eat it, then we're crazy too. There's nothing we can do. We're gonna be crazy with everybody else. So the king, So the king's thinking. He said, "Well, so what do you think?" Tells him to the VP, and the VP says, "I know what we need to do. We're gonna eat the bread, but we're gonna paint each other a dot in our foreheads. So we're gonna go crazy, but when we look at each other's dot, we're gonna remember that we ate the grain." And that's the end of the story of Nachman, mystic, revolutionary. And he was telling us this connection to what's happening today. Ergotism was something that you can search online as well and find something that happened several times in many places and was used to destroy cities, and easily the bread would spread from a bakery with ergotism, and within one day the whole town would eat it and just will go up in psychedelic flames without any control, and it was horrible. and at some level that happened globally. We ate, back again to that story of eating this forbidden experience and having this experience of we went into this psychotic state of craziness, what we call normal today, and only the crazy ones are the ones in the better route, but the ones that really are normal, super adapted to the society are the ones that are really fucked up, and this plant medicines help you see that quickly. Many more stories, but there's an angel that makes each piece of grass, each plant grow, and with it has this hidden wisdom, this power that's latent there, that we can tap into and needs to be tapped into. That's why we're here, to tap into all this natural power, see the oneness of everything, see the mystical side of everything, but integrate it in this world, live amazingly. Not so much war, not so much confusion, not so much craziness, unnecessary. And these plants really help ease that road. Like fire, we need to be careful, but we need to light it up.